Hey guys, today I have a Whirlpool direct drive washer and electric dryer matching set. And right now I've got the washer set up. It's got a large load, jeans, towels, jackets, and t-shirts, that kind of thing. And it is filling up right now to get that load started. And I always do a video on the last load that I run after testing all the different cycles and everything. That way you can see, as if you're standing here yourself checking it out, that everything's working perfect. This one's commercial quality, extra large capacity, 7 cycles, 2-speed combinations, and has a porcelain basket, which is kind of nice. We've got a few different options on the temperature control. I've got it set to extra large, and then over here we've got it set on the normal heavy. And this is more of a time designation than like how dirty the clothes are and stuff. Oh, of course, the longer you let it go, you would assume the dirtier the clothes are. But anyway, so it's going to fill all the way up with water, and this is a full submersion machine. You'll see the the clothes will be floating around in the water. This agitator is going to go through and agitate the clothes down, and then they'll come back up the side, and they do that cycle there to get clean along these fins here. One note about these agitators, I always kind of throw this little piece of advice out there. If you have this style washer and your agitator can move freely in both directions, then it's not working correctly. This one, you can't move it back counterclockwise, and that's how it works. So once we have this filled up and it starts agitating, you'll be able to hear it kind of kick. And that's what you want to hear. If you didn't hear that, then you'd know you had an issue with your agitator. So we're going to let that go ahead and fill up, and I'll come back. All right, we filled all the way up with water. You can hear it agitating. We'll go ahead and lift this up. Of course, it'll shut it down, but you can see it's getting started there. So now you know the safety lid switch also works. And it's getting started moving along. Next, I'll come back and show you that it is, in fact, draining the water out like it's supposed to. Then it'll move into the rinse cycle and fill back up with fresh water for the rinse. Then when it drains that out, we'll be on to the final spin cycle, which I'll show you that it's spinning nice and fast, smooth, sounds great. When I lift this up, it will shut it down, but you'll be able to see it spinning nice and fast before it puts the brakes on and stops it. Okay, we're moving out of the wash cycle over to the rinse cycle, and you can hear it draining. The drain hose nice and fast there. I'm not going to lift this up and interrupt its neutral drain cycle, but once it's done draining all the water out, it'll kick over and spin out to extract that soapy water out. Then, like I said, from there it'll fill back up with fresh water for the rinse cycle. Then we'll be on to that final spin, which is what I will come back for next. All right, moving out of the rinse cycle now into the final spin. It already drained all the water out. I'm pretty familiar with these, so from here it's going to throw a little bit more water on as it gets started spinning. It's kind of a final rinse. So I'm going to give this about 4 minutes. You can hear it throwing that water on there. I'm going to give this about 4 minutes to be at the peak of its spin, where it's already started extracting the water out. And the more water it extracts out, the faster it gets going. So we'll come right back. Alright, should be fully up to speed. If you can see, it's rocking and rolling there. Nice smooth operation. Sounds great. And what I'll do is lift the lid up. It'll activate the safety switch and put the brakes on, but you'll be able to see it spinning before it does. There you go. You can see it spinning nice and fast and comes to a stop. And we'll let it get back up to speed and finish spinning out those clothes. Then when it's all done, I'm going to move those clothes over to the dryer, and we'll show you that the dryer is working perfect. Alright, now we've got those clothes moved out of the washer. You can see it's nice and cleaned out there. Over into the dryer. Now this one has several different options and settings, but I've got it on time dry with a high heat setting. You've got some lower settings for your more delicate items. You've got the Wrinkle Shield Plus, which is great. Once it gets down here into Wrinkle Shield, which is also down here, it'll run for like your 90 minutes, where it'll go, turn off for about 10 minutes, run for 5 minutes, turn off for 10 minutes, and that just gives you a chance to get back to it before those wrinkles set in. That's all that is. Or you don't have to use it, it's optional. But over here, then you also have a cycle signal, which is great. You can turn that off if you have kids sleeping or anything like that. Your lint trap's right here, so you want to pull that out and change it before each load. Then I'm going to show you that it is in fact heating like it's supposed to. So right in between two red dots here. It's going to take a surface temperature measurement. So it's about 76 degrees on top of the dryer, about 71 degrees on the concrete floor. So we'll go ahead and open this up. You see it's tumbling there. We'll shine that right inside the heating element tube. It's really hot right inside that tube. But the inside of your dryer, it's only going to get up from about 95 up to 195. Just depends on how long it's been running and what you have that heat setting at. So we'll take a picture for the ad right there. So we'll go ahead and close that back up. Hit go. And I'll let that go ahead and finish up. And I'll go ahead and get these listed up for sale. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. Thanks, you guys have a great day.